everyone, Kareem Rae here, and today we have Henrique Devens, who is a professional soccer player at DFK Denva Ilistus. How do you say that properly?
DFK Dynava Alitus.
Wow, this is playing with my lingo. How's it going?
Yeah, all good with me. Thanks for considering me the space to be speaking with you. It's a pleasure. Yeah, everything's okay.
Likewise, and it's awesome to have you on. Where are you right now? What country are you in?
Yeah, at the moment I'm in Lithuania, the city of Alitus, and yeah, that's where I am.
Nice. So the question that everyone wants to know that they come to our podcast for is to learn how players like you, professional players, went pro.
Oh yeah, nice question. So at first I would say that I went to USA to play college football, college soccer actually, and yeah, everything starts in there. Of course, in Brazil I play for few teams, for few clubs, U13, U15, U17, U20, and then I had the opportunity to go to United States. I got a scholarship to go there and play soccer. And once I finish my studies, once I graduate, I'm a business administration graduated with concentration in marketing. I was about to play US Open Cup again because during university I play US Open Cup, and then I was going to Sweden. Everything was set to go to Sweden, the club, everything. But then COVID just came and hit the world, and then I had to go to Brazil because it would be a risk to go to Sweden. Because imagine I could go and stay 3, 4, 5, 6 months, no practice, just inside of the apartment, and yeah. And then I went back to Brazil, and after that, I had the opportunity to come to Lithuania. So here I am.
Nice. So before you went to the US, where were you before? What
I was
country?
in Brazil. I was playing Brazil because I'm from Brazil. So yeah, I was playing Brazil. The academies in there and the teams in there. Yeah, that's how everything basically started.
Nice. Yes. I mean, a lot of talent comes out of Brazil. You know, you got Neymar, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo. You guys have won, is it 5 World Cups or more?
Yeah, 5 World Cups. The sixth one's coming. It's coming.
It's coming, hopefully soon. So you guys have a lot of talent in Brazil. What do you think? Um, is it the soccer system, or is it because a lot of Brazilians play? So you guys play a lot of street soccer. You guys play a lot of soccer in general.
Nice. I think it's a mix of both, because you can say, of course, soccer changed a lot throughout the time. Back in the days, you used to have, let's say, players. Nowadays, we have athletes, so it's totally different. And then back in the days, let's say Brazilians, they used to have a lot of highlights because of the techniques, because of the dribble, and this comes with, you play in the streets, of course, mixing with the methodology of that you have inside of the clubs and all of it. But I believe uh, it's a natural thing from Brazilians from Brazil and for Brazilians, because soccer in there is a huge thing. It's a huge thing. So everyone is always trying to become the next Neymar, the next Ronaldinho, the next Ronaldo, and so on. So I believe I can say it's a mix of both. Okay, you're always gonna have some kid playing the street, and you're always gonna have some kid playing in clubs. And when you go to this level, you mix both. Then you got the talents. Yeah.
Nice. So was it hard for you to leave Brazil to go to the US? And I'm assuming that the English is not your first language, but you speak good English.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, English is not my first language. I had the opportunity to study English since I'm a kid. Of course, I study at school and so on. But for me, let's say I thought it would be harder to go to USA, uh, but the most difficult part was because since I'm a kid, I'm always playing in different states, different cities. So, once you start playing soccer in Brazil, because it's a big country, you get used to that, to be traveling, to be far from your family, but far from your friends, and yeah. But once you change your country, that's the big shock, and that was the part that was kind of hard for me, because one thing is when you're living a different state, which I don't know, which is 3, sometimes 5, 8 hours by car, or 1 hour by plane from where you're from. And other thing is when you live in a different country, which is like 13, 15 hours by flight, that was the hardest thing. And the language, of course, I could communicate when I got in USA at first, but with time you just improve, you just get more used to everything, and to the culture, to the language, to people, and it was a nice experience.
Nice. And you said you focused on, was it marketing when you went to school?
Yeah, business administration with concentration marketing. That's yeah.
Nice. And how long were you in school for? Were you in school for 3 or 4 years?
3 years and a half.
3 years.
Yeah, I tried to graduate a bit earlier. Yeah.
Nice. And then, so you said from after the 3 years in school, you graduated, and then from there you went to Sweden.
No, I was about to go to Sweden. I was in Louisiana playing for a team in there. We were about to play US Open Cup, and I was about to go to Sweden, but then COVID just came, and I had to come back to Brazil. I could stay in America, or I could try to go. Actually, I couldn't go to Sweden anymore, but I could have stayed in America, but it would be risky as well, because better stay at home in Brazil, where it's really home, than stay at home somewhere else.
Got it. Makes sense. So then you went back to Brazil because of COVID, and then
Yeah,
after that you went to where you are now, which is in Lithuania.
yeah, yeah.
So how did that opportunity come by? Because this isn't an opportunity in a completely other country.
Yeah, so there's this agent, which is a friend. He used to follow me since I was in university. And then once I graduate, he texted me. He said, "Yeah, you're a good player. I've been following you. What do you think about this? What do you think about that?" And he showed me the project about Sweden. And then afterwards, I went back to Brazil. He showed me the opportunity to come to Lithuania. I've never thought that I would come to Lithuania, but once the opportunity comes, you need to take it. And yeah, that's what I did.
And how did you come across your agent? Did he come to you, or did you go to him?
Yeah, actually, he's an agent. He's a Brazilian agent, which we have a lot of friends in common. So yeah, he approached me like normally, because we had a lot of friends in common, and the guy just say, "Hey, this guy, he plays soccer very well. He's good," and blah blah blah. And yeah, he approached me, and he was like, "Yeah, that's the opportunity. So what do you think?" I was like, "I'm down."
Nice. So would you say, like, how different is soccer in Brazil compared to the US?
Nice. So let's say I learned a lot with US soccer, but the intensity, I believe, is the most different thing. If you think about the difference between Brazil and USA, the intensity in America is it's all the time, like attacking, defending. It's like this all the time. And at first, my coach, I remember he was telling me, because in Brazil we like to keep the ball all the time, and we just like to we are used to, okay, we are going to attack when we know that we can attack, otherwise we just keep moving the ball and keep moving the ball, keep moving the ball. And his philosophy was like, hey, you got the ball, you gotta go forward, and sometimes I was trying to I don't know, like slow the game a little bit. And he was like, no, 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 no. In here it's like that. You get the ball, just go. And like with the time, you just get used to it. And I would say the intensity is at first was like the most difficult thing and the most different thing, but it's all about football. Once you go to higher levels, the intensity is in there. So there's nothing to complain. There's just things to learn.
Got it. Yeah, one of the things that a lot of players have mentioned intensity and as well as the physical side. They say U.S. is
Yeah.
more physical than most countries.
And also one thing, I believe the infrastructure of USA compared to Brazil is I have no words to describe it. Like even in universities, even in colleges or something, you have best facilities than sometimes fourth division clubs in Brazil, third division clubs in Brazil. Sometimes you can say like even second or first division clubs you can compare to. If you get some very top D1 schools or something, you're going to be comparing the facilities and everything to top division clubs in Brazil. So that's one thing that it's a huge difference. And I could say about Lithuania as well. Sometimes even universities or colleges in USA, they have best facilities and professional clubs in here. So yeah, that's another important point to mention.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's interesting because I would assume that in Brazil, Division 3, Division 2, those clubs would be the infrastructure would be good, but that's interesting. I guess a lot because it has to do the money, and the U.S. has a lot of money, especially
Then
schools.
yeah, because not always, to be honest. Not always. First division, second division, Brazil, okay, but not every club's gonna have like the top thing. But yeah, and USA sometimes a small college, you're gonna have the basics, and the basics are gonna be very good. That's the thing.
Yeah, so that's a great point that you should. I didn't know that. I would just assume that because Brazil it's professional, it'd be good. But basically, from my understanding, is that they don't have the funds, the money, and the U.S.
Yes,
does. Got
it's,
it.
it's because if you stop to think, uh, not just in Brazil, but like all of the world, that are, how can I say, old-fashioned soccer. That people just think, as I told you at the beginning, at first. Back in the days, you should have players. Nowadays, you have athletes. So it's totally different. Nowadays, you cannot just be like a player. Otherwise, someone is gonna just, you gotta be an athlete. You gotta rest. You gotta eat well. You gotta do some extra. You gotta do everything to build like an athlete, so you can play. It's not just like, okay, I have quality. No, nowadays it's not like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's very true. So, what do you do to make sure that you're not only a player but an athlete? What do you do?
I'm fascinated of to be honest. Overall, I take care of myself. Let's say, my routine. I have my routine. Everything that I eat, my stretches, foam roll, massages, hot bath, ice bath, more stretches. But let's say I believe the rest, of course, as well. But I believe the food is one of the main things. When you are an athlete, you got to take care of it. You really need to take care of it. Otherwise, you're not gonna have the basic vitamins, the energy, and all of it. So I take care of my diet a lot. And I always do the extra. I don't just go to practice for like 1 hour and a half, maximum 2 hours a day, and that's it. No, or I do something before, or I do something after, or I do something before and after. So yeah, I'm always trying to do something else.
Nice. Those really good points. What advice would you share with the next generation of soccer players growing up right now that want to go pro?
That hard work, beats talent. You know, that's what I believe. Sometimes you can be talented, you can have the quality, but if you don't work hard, someone's gonna work harder than you and they're gonna beat you. So doesn't matter if you're good, if you're very good, you gotta work. You gotta work. You're gonna do the extra. You have to do the extra so you can achieve what you want. You know, and when I mean the extra, it's like the extra workouts. It's the extra. You know, taking care of yourself, taking care of your food, resting well, and all of it. You know.
I wanted to ask before we pivot. I want to ask you. You know, when I've traveled to other countries, sometimes I've dealt with being an outsider and having to earn the respect of the players and earning my position. So I'm assuming here that you've come across the same challenges of being an outsider and having to earn the respect of players. How have you been able to do that in the U.S. and any other country that you've played in, other than Brazil?
So I believe not just in soccer, but in life, everywhere that you get in, every door that you pass, you need to show a good character, you know, so people, they're gonna respect you, they're gonna treat you well. You know, you don't need to be, how can I say, you don't need to be a bad person. I'm thinking about the better word to describe it. You don't need to be like, let's say, that person that is gonna, okay, I'm gonna walk like this with the nose, you know, high, but at the same time, you cannot just get into to the door and just put your heads down. You need to know, you need to show some respect, so they're gonna respect you, they're gonna treat you well. And let's say, everywhere that you go, that's what I think people need to do. As I said, not just in soccer, in life. And that's what I always try to do, you know. In USA, I would say they used to like a little bit more the foreign players, like Brazilians and everything. There's, oh, Brazil, 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 Brazil. But once you come to a country like, let's say, Eastern country in Europe, it's a bit different. Mainly when you're playing a professional level, you know, doesn't matter where you're from, they're going to treat you equally, and sometimes they're going to treat you different. So you just need to show respect, you know, just respect everyone and gotta deal with the difference, you know.
Nice. What year did you sign your first professional contract?
Last year.
Last year in Lithuania?
Yeah, in Lithuania.
Nice. So, okay, so last year you just signed your first professional contract, and how old are you?
When I signed or not, or
When you signed?
when I signed, I was 22.
Oh, so you're young. Okay. No, we're the same age, 22. Are you born in 2000?
No. I was 22 or 23.
What year were you born?
No, I'm 1997.
So you're 25 now.
I'm 24 now.
Are you turning 25 this year?
Yes.
So last year you were 24 then.
Oh yeah, that's true. I was 23, almost 20. I was 23 when I signed my first
24.
professional contract. Yeah,
Okay,
that's true.
Okay, got it. Nice. Congratulations to you. That's a huge accomplishment. To drop some numbers here, not a lot of people know this, or players as well, or athletes, is that there's 250 million. Okay, well, let me start here. There's 3.5 billion fans that love soccer and watch the World Cup. There's 250 million people that play soccer at different levels in the world, and there's only 130,000 professional players in the world, which is not even, it's not even close to 1% of 250 million people that play, right?
Yeah.
Not even close. That was it's a FIFA 2019 report. So it's how old is that? It's 3 years old, but
Yeah.
There's
But it's nice information. I didn't know that. You know, like when you see in a different perspectives, like it's nice. You know, it's really huge accomplishment.
Yeah, huge accomplishment. So, how did it feel to sign your first pro contract?
It was good. It was good. You know, because it was something that I always wanted to do. You know, I felt, I would say, at the same time realized, I felt relieved as well. Was like, okay, was something that I accomplished, that I achieved actually. And then, yeah, but gotta keep going, just gotta keep going.
Nice. Can you tell me a little bit about the league that you're playing in, and how do you pronounce the country's name again? Lithuania?
Lithuania, yeah, Lithuania.
So yeah, because I don't really know too much about. I didn't look into it yet, but I'll look into it after. But can you tell me the league that you're playing in, the division, and what you like about the league so far?
So, what do I think about the league? How normal is football here and this type of things?
Well, sorry. I know I asked you too many things. I'll ask you.
No, yeah, but you want to know a little bit more about how is the league, the level, yeah,
Yeah. So like, what's the name of the league?
yeah, Pirma Liga,
Liga, and what division is it?
second.
Second division, and then like, so this is your first professional league, but how would you compare it to the U.S. College system? Is there a big level difference between the
So
pros and the students?
last year we were playing in the highest division, the highest league, but unfortunately got relegated. And then yeah, we were playing Prima Liga. Our plan is to come back to the highest division. And to be honest, let's say I do think comparing to the, let's say, university level, college level, it depends, because it depends. As I said, in USA the intensity is higher than sometimes in professional football. We're not talking about Premier League, which the intensity is so high. You're not talking about let's say other leagues like that. But I mean, comparing to USA, I would say maybe third division like USL League One would be, we could compare to Lithuania. Yeah, USL League One, maybe USL Championship, few clubs. Yeah, something like this. I believe it's a bit higher than university level, but it depends. A lot of players that were playing D2, D1, they could come here and play pro for sure.
Got it. And did you have to get a visa to go to the country that you're in right now?
I have a European passport from Luxembourg. At first, I got a visa, but I got my European passport a few months later. So yeah.
Nice. What visa did you get before?
I don't remember, to be honest. I don't know if it was a working visa, if it was like a tourist and then became a working visa. I don't remember. Yeah. But it was pretty, let's say I got here in February last year, and then 2-3 months later I got my passport, I got I got my passport.
Got it. Let's dive into on the field. What position do you play?
I'm a striker, but I also play as a winger and as a number 10, but my position is basically like striker, like the one that not like literally a number 9, but the one that knows how to score and move a lot. There's a lot of agility, mobility, and I like to move sides, middle, and all of it. So yeah.
What are it could be 1 or 3 things that you've applied to your game that's changed it, like that made a huge difference in your game now?
Oh, that's a good one. Let me think. It's a good one. I believe I started to pay attention and to make smarter runs. That's one good point in my game. I also believe that nowadays I see the game a bit different. Let's say I'm not a type of person that watch soccer a lot. Normally when I watch is okay, there is a specific game that I'm gonna enjoy, or I'm gonna study the game, So yeah, and also yeah, I believe my position, how one thing that I think that is very good in me is maybe in few strikers you are in the right place in the right moment, you know. Let's say sometimes something just happened, the ball just stop in front of you just to kick the ball and score. So sometimes it's about reading the game, but yeah, I do think I have a little bit of it as well. So
Nice. What advice would you give to players that play in the same position as you?
uh, try to be focused on the game 100%, because once you're a striker, you can be 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes without touching the ball, but you just need one chance, you can change the game completely and you can change your career, you know. So be focused. As a striker, I'm telling you, I believe striker is like one of the positions that you need to be focused as much as you need, as much as you can. I'm not saying in the other positions you're not going to be focused, but as a striker, yeah, you have to, you know, because it's one chance, you can change everything.
Got it. Good advice. And last question before we dive into the fun ones. What's your most memorable soccer or football moment in your life?
My first professional goal.
Why?
Yeah, my first professional goal. Yeah, it was nice. You know, it was a nice week, and yeah, I got into the game. 50 minutes left, and then, you know, I signed. Let's say I came to the club. I signed on Tuesday. I signed on Wednesday. First practice on Tuesday. I signed on Wednesday. If I'm not wrong, on Thursday we had a game. I got into the game 10 minutes left or something. Scored the goal. Yeah, was really really nice. You know, it was good.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe my first professional goal, or one of the hat tricks that I had last year. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, leading into the fun questions, you got to answer them fast.
Yeah.
Okay. So, who's your favorite team?
Manchester United.
Favorite player?
Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Favorite cleats?
Mercurials.
Favorite food?
Stroganoff. It's like a Brazilian plate, let's say.
Favorite artist musically?
At the moment, what's his name? Jack Harlow.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's good. Yeah. Messi or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo, of course.
Who's the first team you're gonna pick to use in FIFA?
Madrid.
2 goals in a game or 1 goal and 1 assist?
2 goals in the game, of course.
Would you rather score a free kick or PK last minute goal to win you guys the game?
PK last minute goal.
And the last one, if you were a coach and you were able to sub in any player in history to win you the game, who would it be?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Nice. Henrique, Henrique, before we go, I just want to thank you for joining us on the One Soccer Nation podcast today.
Yeah, I appreciate the time. Really, really nice talking to you, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, very, very good conversation. Glad to share a little bit of myself. Yeah.
Nice. Likewise.